There's going to be a lot of people who get to see you because you're important. How's that feel? Point to why you're happy. Well, I'm happy to meet you too.
I love you.
I love you too.
I love you.
I love you. Can I have one more kiss on my cheek? Thank you. What is something that makes you happy?
Stella.
Who's Stella?
She's a dog.
What do you like to do with Stella?
Went down.
Does your mom love you?
Yeah. I love you so much. What are you humming?
I'm humming Neil Young. What are you humming? What's your favorite thing to do with your friends?
Sitting on the couch.
Well, I'm glad I get to sit on the couch with you right now. When you meet someone for the first time, what do you want them to say to you?
Hi.
That's it?
Saying hi.
Just hi?
Hey man, it's Davis. As you know by now, I'm eventually going to stop saying that, but until it's really embedded within you that it is me, I'm going to continue it. What's up? We just got back from the Huntington Library Art Gallery and Gardens, which was incredible. It's this beautiful gardens in Pasadena here in LA that unfortunately I don't think I'll do a Fresh Friday on just because it's so far from where you live right now. But I will say it was fantastic to walk through the Chinese gardens, the Japanese gardens. I read a little Murakami. Leanne read a little Zadie Smith. We were just hanging out. We got to meet some little ones, some older people, some of the docents were really sweet, and it was just a great experience. So I'm still beaming from that. What I'm excited to tell you about today is special books by special kids.
Hey everyone, welcome to SBSK, the YouTube channel where you'll meet friends who live with many different conditions. While watching these videos, you'll notice one thing. Although humans are incredibly diverse, we all have so much in common. So without further hesitation, let's meet today's friend.
This is something that was introduced to me by Caitlin Marie Bell, one of the composers of Sam's Room, the show I just did in Birmingham. And it was started by a guy named Chris Ulmer. He was a typical college student, went to Penn State, graduated, decided he wanted to coach college soccer. So he went to this other university. They offered him a free master's degree. So he accepted it and decided to do special education just on a whim. When he left that school, with his degree, he moved to Florida because he wanted to be near the beach, and he got a job working in a special education department at a school. He had these transformative experiences every single day that he was there, as you know, is totally possible. And he showed us his eyes from day one to 2.5 years later, and his eyes were just full of life. And he was just so moved by these kids with disabilities that were sort of a forgotten contingent of our society. And he was like, why don't more people know about these guys? So he started to come up with an idea of them making books about their lives. So he did that and got together some samples and took him a bunch of publishers and took him to get 50 rejection letters from all these different publishers. And so he's like, you know what, screw this. I'm just going to make my own Facebook group. Once he did that, he started filming some of his students and interviews, asking his parents if that was okay, because there's obviously laws about that. But he started to expose these kids' lives to people outside, and his Facebook group ended up blowing up. His videos, the first one went viral. They got like several 100,000 followers. They ended up on ABC World News Tonight. They got over 1 million, and I'm going to put at the bottom where they're at now because I didn't look it up before I started talking, and that's often what happens. So they're at this many followers at the moment, and it's an unbelievable experience. I mean, you just saw a couple of videos at the beginning. I'll leave you with a couple at the end, and it's just the sweetest, most incredible thing because it takes me back to exactly how I felt when I was in high school and I was the president of the circle of friends. Not to, sound pompous about that, but it was just what it meant for me was that it was an opportunity to get kids who were, as I'd say it, like they were sitting over there and trying to figure out why they were over there and not over here with us. And now there's these stories online, and for a long time I was told, like, with No Child Left Behind and all these, all these confidentiality policies, we weren't allowed to see this stuff. But like now we can see these people and bring them into the fold and try to alienate them and more normalize their existence. Some of the most touching stories are, I don't know when I'll show them at the beginning or at the end, but there's Ruby, who's just like this sweetest girl who has this syndrome that very few people have in the world. I think only 12 people or something at the moment. And she's just the sweetest girl. And all she wants to do is be, around her best friend Avery and her dog Stella. And then there's there's two twins, which I think will deeply resonate with you, obviously, because one of them is nonverbal and has a genetic disorder. And just the way that her sister talks to her about her and to her is just the sweetest thing in the world. And I'll put that one at the end for sure. But just to see that, as you know, from going to the Exceptional Foundation, actually, come to think of it, I've got my Exceptional Foundation hat on right now. Hey now, thanks Lillian. Just knowing that there's just an unbelievable capacity for love in this community of people with disabilities. This is a perfect glimpse into that, and it's made in such a digestible way. And I just feel like, what better, you always talk about positive media. What more positive media could you get than this right here? It's literally just a ray of sunshine, and I look forward to you guys experiencing it and seeing what it does to your heart and to your soul. And I know that the thing about people with disabilities is that they're everywhere. So there's people out there in Hawaii, there's people here in LA, there's people everywhere, who are tucked away into the corners of society, and it's time we bring them out, and this is nothing if not an effort to do that. So cool, man. I'll leave you with a couple more videos, and I love you. Hope you're having a great day. See you next week. Peace.
She's nervous, little fidgety.
That's okay. Sometimes I feel nervous too.
She said, I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous. A little bit shy, just a little bit.
Why are you shy?
I'm shy because I always want people to like me.
If you found a genie, what would you wish for? What's the best thing about being you?
I don't want to sign like that. I sound like this.
She's crazy. Kenzie's crazy.
If you could tell the whole world one thing about your sister, what would you say?
I would say she was the best sister I ever had.
You want friends with me.
Why is this so important for you to make Jada laugh?
Well, I just like to see her laugh a lot. I never like to see her sad because when she cries, I'll cry.
What are you two gonna be like when you're older together?
Well, I want to live with her and help her. And I think she's gonna grow up to be a very independent and a great woman.
One time when she was about 5, She told me, like, Mom, you won't always have to change Jada's diaper because I will, and when I get older, you know, you're just gonna visit us, and I'm just, you know, I'm gonna have Jada. So she's always expressed that.
What do you think your sister's going to be when she gets older?
That's hard because she could be a lot of things.
What's the most special thing about your sister?
Well, she smiles a lot. And I like when she goes crazy because that means she's really happy.
Oh!